Uh, all right. Wow. Oh, and now that's the Faroe Islands.
no, it is not. You're such an idiot.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm a good one though. I've practiced hard. Wait a minute. Let me look at this again. That is, oh, that's Bandon.
That's the Oregon coast somewhere. I can't
Yeah,
recall
Oregon coast.
exactly,
That's
but
up near Florence.
yeah, somewhere. Yeah,
Hey,
it's
we're going to
probably
be there.
south.
And I'm in the Palouse right now. That's where I'm going to be there this week. Of course,
Oh,
when
you're
this
going back to the
when
Palouse.
this show comes up, I'll still be in the Palouse actually.
Oh. Now, I think, didn't we have an opening for the Oregon thing, or has that already been
It
filled?
just got filled.
Oh, okay. Sorry. We won't. Sorry, people. We don't have an opening.
Yeah, but you can be on the wait list.
Hey, I want to
Waiting.
plug somebody before
Oh,
we get on to
oh,
our new
okay.
topic.
Yep,
I
me?
had this.
No, okay.
I had this gentleman contact me, Alex from, I think it's Australia, and he says, "Can I use your images and create a video?" I go, "Oh, interesting." So I went and looked at his site, Black and White Profusion.
Oh,
He's not a photographer, but he has a passion about black and white that I've never seen. I rarely see in photographers, much less non-photographers. So anyway, you might just check out YouTube, Black and White Profusion. He's done a couple of mine. I'm going to plug him in my next newsletter, but
wow.
he really promotes great black and white photographers in a very, very tasteful way.
Oh,
So
I look forward to seeing that. Fantastic. Speaking of Australia, I was just published in an article in an Australian magazine.
Peter,
Yeah. Yep. Peter
yeah,
Way. He
yeah.
reached out to me, a nice customer of mine,
Oh,
recommended me. She's been with him on
yes,
his
yes, yes.
workshops. Yeah.
She recommended, yeah, me to
Yep.
him,
That was
him to.
very, very nice. Yeah. So that came out. That was
It's a
good.
nice magazine he's got.
Oh my gosh, really nice
I'm
magazine.
trying to remember the title of it. Peter.
Oh, need to photo. ah, that's horrible. Here we are trying to plug it.
Yeah,
If I
yeah,
remember, I'll put it in the link. All
yeah.
right. You know, folks who follow us, and you know, there's millions of you following us. You know that we love quotes, and we found a recent one, and this is James Taylor having a dialogue, right? The great James Taylor. I love his stuff.
I was watching a video of James Taylor,
Yeah.
and this is what he said about, I think he was talking about success. And
Okay, go
here's what
ahead.
he said. They say that Vincent van Gogh sold two paintings during his lifetime to
Amazing.
relatives. I often tell friends of mine who are dismayed at not finding a market for their art that you've got to do it anyway. You just have to. Vincent van Gogh was a commercial failure and is now is spiritual food to an entire planet. I wonder if Van Gogh had been a commercial success if people had thrown money at him for making art that was accessible and popular and safe and palatable. Would he have gone to the links and opened up as much as he did?
Hmm.
Success have nipped his creativity in the bud.
Wow.
It is difficult to imagine that someone that we regard so highly
Yeah.
struggled to get any acceptance from his peers, from
Hmm.
buyers, from museums, from anyone.
Isn't that
Yet
amazing?
it is. And then you do have to wonder, what if he had been wildly successful? How many musicians do we see crash and burn because they receive early fame and fortune, and then they become a flash in the pan?
Yeah. Or they have really great authentic work, they get signed, and then that marketing machine gets behind them, and then the comments are inevitably, this is pop dribble. It's the same as everybody else. What happened to that great unique sound that you had, or that great style that you had that was so uniquely yours in your music? But that's the point, right? It's so easy to, when, and it gets back to a long time ago show where you said success is like a bad drug, right? That success can be so heady that it makes us go down that path of success and money and fame and recognition
Oh, let
rather
me
than
tell a
staying
story.
true.
But about Stevie Nicks. I just went and saw Stevie Nicks, and she had so many great stories. And she talked about, here she is, a young, I think maybe 19-year-old or something, and she's starting to get success. She says they're starting to throw money, the what do you call it, the record people,
Promoters and
yeah, throwing money at her every week, and she's now living high on the hog. And she realized she was losing a sense of self, so she would go into her bedroom and throw out the bed frame, put the mattress on the floor, and just put flowers, like she used to live when she was dirt poor, and said, I am Stevie Nicks. This is who I am. That's, that other person's not me, just to ground herself. And I thought that was a
wow.
pretty cool technique. Now,
Yeah.
an important aspect, though, of James Taylor's comment, which is even more important than the dangers of success. You've just got to do it anyway. You
Yeah.
just have to.
Yep.
When you're an expressive photographer, you aren't doing it for the fame or the sales or the recognition or the accolades. You're doing it because, and I don't know how to say it any better, you just have to.
You have to. Yeah.
There's something inside that says, I need to get this out. I need to make my diary entry and express myself. And that's the more important thing, because most of us, none of us really are going to become famous like a Van Gogh,
No.
or even an Ansel Adams.
Or yeah.
But does that mean we give up? And I've got two friends in particular who said, I give up. I
Wow.
realize that I will never make it, so I'm not going to try anymore. And it clicked. What were they trying to achieve? Not
Yeah, well,
self-expression,
yeah.
fame, and fortune. And that's
Yeah.
the wrong reasons to be an expressive photographer.
Yeah. I but so you wonder, was Van Gogh, was there part of him who was hopeful that he
You
would be? Maybe not. Maybe he was like Cole Thompson. You don't do it. I can't imagine you or I being out in the field, tripping the shutter and then going, yeah, baby, money in the bank. That one is going to sell. That thought has never gone through my mind, not once. Right? It's just not why I do it. I do it because it feeds my soul. Right? I must photograph. I've said those words, and that's exactly in this quote. Just do it. Do it anyways. Do it for the love of it. And then out of that will come something. You back to a previous
You'll
conversation.
find your
Brooks,
audience.
yeah, Brooke Jensen said, your audience will find you. There will be an audience. It might be small because you might have a very unique something to say. It might be so unique that only 1,000 people are going to follow you, and somebody else might stumble upon. I think about Mitch DeBrowner, a fellow black and white guy that you and I both know. He stumbled upon cloud chasing and it got really well accepted. He's never lost his vision or passion for doing photography that he does. He doesn't conform to anybody at all, much like you and I. But
Except for he's successful.
he happened to find
Yeah.
some success, but it found him. That was not his goal, was to
Yeah.
go out and do that. So
Yeah, I mean, you wonder about Van Gogh. The way it's portrayed with that William Dafoe movie is that he felt bad that people didn't appreciate. I don't think he was seeking the money, but they
right.
didn't understand him. And I wonder about Vivian Maier, who
Oh,
never really showed her work to anyone, never tried to have it published or exhibited. She seemed content in the process. In fact, the taking of the picture seemed to turn her on more than
yep.
the processing it, because there were so many rolls of undeveloped film.
Thousands. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah,
Oh, man,
amazing.
that's an interesting story. Good. Well, good discussion as usual. Thank you, Cole. Off to the next one where I'm gonna just fly out of the Palouse now and go somewhere else.